Well, it would seem that self-help is already at hand, so to speak. We heard about the Eastern Security Network. Even though they have, they say they're protecting, the Southeast. It's some sort of self-help because the state governors do not seem to approve of that. You have called them illegal before now. Has there been any attempt to see if there could be some reconciliation or, some staying on the same page as to the end game, which is supposed to be the security of lives of people and property as well, in terms of what they are doing, especially since they're also Southeasterners? One would think that everybody will be interested in the security of lives and property in that region. Has there been any meeting of the sort behind the scenes?
Well, I have a number of times refrained myself from talking about IPOB or ESN. But just because you've constantly been mentioning it, let me throw a little bit light to that. In as much as IPOB and ESN is, to a number of people, is like a necessity due to insecurity in Southeast. And they have their demands, they have their agitations, they have, what's, according to them, making them angry. But let me tell you the truth of what is happening. There are bandits everywhere. There are criminals everywhere. There are cultists everywhere. So what happens now in South is that criminals who may not necessarily be members of IPOB and the ESN, we go and commit crime. And they needed a name. So it's safer for them to say, oh, we are members of ESN, we are members of IPOB. So that the, in quote, the persecution of IPOB and ESN by the federal government, we cover them. That is what is happening in Southeast. Because the IPOB people and the ESN have a number of times come out to say, look, we are not, into terrorism. We are not into violence. We're simply agitating. And these people that are burning police stations, these people that are killing, they are not our members. And so how do you reconcile the two? And that's the kind of self-help, that is unfolding, because somebody is killed, he cannot defend themselves, and then somebody comes out to say, oh, we're going to defend you. And then the person tends to have confidence in that person, even though it's illegal. But he wants life to be sustained.
It's a rather complex situation, but what you have explained now, it would seem, supports what IPOB is saying, that they have no hand in some of what has happened in the South, especially with attacks on police formations or, and police infrastructure as well. Yeah. Because it would seem that it is other people who are doing this in their name. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying. That's what they claim. That's what they claim. They claim that, look, we are not into violence, we are not into terrorism, that people do this thing in their names. And we say, look, banditry is banditry, criminality is criminality. It doesn't matter the name they come with. And so we confront that, and that is our position.
But looking at just how, vulnerable police, the entity of, policing is now in the Southeast, there have been quite a number of attacks on policemen who have lost their lives, sadly. Also, situations that could degenerate into something else in the Southeast, especially where prison inmates are set free. In Imo State, over 1,800 of them were set free in one fell swoop. And that did not stop subsequent attacks in Abia, in other parts of the Southeast, as we saw, where the same style, it would seem, freeing people who were in cells and also burning down infrastructure, police infrastructure has also happened. It would seem, I don't know if this is true, you can tell us if it is, that there is some resentment against the authorities. Is that what is being reflected? Can we safely assume that that's what is being reflected in the attacks that we've seen on police formations?
There is an ongoing madness all over the country right now. Where people think that they come out and then do whatever thing they like to do. I will not call it, hunger or, of such, But I listened to one former DIG, I think he was here in your studio. He was talking about the reasons for, burning down police stations and then, killing policemen. And he was saying, look, they're, supposedly, looking for Fulani police people to kill, looking for arms. I will believe that if they are looking for, a Fulani policemen to kill, they have not killed them. They have killed our own people, which goes to say that he was very wrong, in what he said. This is pure criminality, because if you're looking for arms, why are you burning down police station? If you're looking for arms, why are you killing people? 95% of those that have been killed are Southeast people, these police people. And this is one area I have said that the leaders of Southeast must rise up to speak against. Because if you keep quiet and you think that police people have been attacked, it's a monster that we must not allow to arise in Southeast. When they finish with that, they'll start going to, stakeholders to kill them. And this is the truth.
That's another angle. So what I'm saying is that it would seem that there is a resentment against the authorities. And by authorities, I don't even mean federal authorities. I mean even the authorities in the Southeast. Is that the reality?
It's not a resentment against this. This is pure criminality. I give you an example. In one of my local government area, where they attacked a police station and killed policemen and burned down police station, they took the arms. And the next day, there are people that are Bonyans, and the next day they went to rob and kill somebody. And the police demobilized them, arrested 3 of them, and recovered some of the arms they took from the police. So it's pure criminality. Just that people find it is like, the high level of insecurity and confusion. So it's a time for criminals to come out and exercise their freedom.